Greetings, I am Lies.
And I am Scandal.
And let's date some Phoenix together.
Yes! Because this is,
Right.
let's have Lies talk to herself all
It's
day.
gonna be me talking to
It's gonna
myself
be
the whole
me.
time. I love all about me, all about
It's
all
all
about.
about number one, now you're mine.
All right, so my friend here is gonna play the crickets in the background. It'll be very, very descriptive and beautiful.
Cricket. I've been doing my impression late in the dark of night.
The dark of the night. Oh, crickets are Pokemon now because they say cricket.
They do.
I love it. Our crickets are Pokemon.
I came up with a stupid Pokemon years ago that I was laughing. My dad and I laughed our butts off about.
No.
It's called Tissue.
Oh,
It's just a tissue.
It's just a tissue. All right, that's terrible. All right, that's wonderful though. That's kind of also just. It would be super cute. You know what? They've done that with the Mimikyu, anyways. Basically, just a Pikachu tissue.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen those little ghosts that they have you make in like first grade or whatever, where you just take a bundled tissue and put another tissue around it, and you tie it off underneath, so it just makes a ball with a skirt, basically, and you have a little bow under it. You draw a tiny face on it, and there's a little white tissue ghost. That's Mimikyu and tissue. Like that's you were ahead of your time.
I was
All right.
as a kid. Like honestly, I always loved that though about Pokemon is that I'm just like there's always just one for someone.
One for everybody. Okay.
One for everybody. All right, keep going.
Especially knowing that we're all alone out here.
That's super.
So we're
serious.
officially actually dating. If you haven't been up in on this, then this is a real date with
apparently.
Phoenix. After they understood what human dates look like, and he decided camping is a good first date because that's how progression works.
Absolutely.
Somebody meets you at a coffee shop going, hey, you want to go on a date with me? The first date is camping out of town. You're like,
alone.
alone, just the two of you. And you're like, I didn't, where are we going? Name's a park. Oh, that sounds
60
good. Like
miles away.
Like a state park 60 miles away. You're going, one, I got to commute there with you. And then two, we're staying over. And
so
whoa.
I always got a giggle for some of the European viewers where I always kind of laugh being like, you all think that an hour is a really long drive. You think that 2 hours is a really long drive. But dude, we, especially between the two of us, we have made 5-hour long drives constantly. And they are great chances to role play.
Oh, they are. Doing some just storytelling role play is so good. And if you do it with dice, you just roll it right on the dashboard.
It's true. It's
not
great
while
fun.
you're driving. The one who's not driving.
One who's not driving. Dear God.
Anyway. All right. So how do you know when it's the right person?
For what?
Whatever he said before.
I can't remember.
That's all right. I guess when you want the best for them. Even if it's not the best for yourself, which is why I keep supporting the other two princes, even though I would really just like to be done with this and take you with me, because that would be really good.
That'd be awesome.
I keep trying to give you this necklace and you keep donating it, and I had to pull out another one and put it on, but we're doing that off screen, but I keep going, gifts should make this work, and it doesn't work, and I've given you clothes, going you could totally match my hair, it would be great, we'd match.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Small in a dress that matches his suit with belts and everything? That would be so much fun.
Honestly, it'd be adorable.
Be freaking adorable. I can't wear this.
One of my favorite activities, honestly, sometimes is to really just kind of sit there and just envision being like, what if you had basically a Rule 63 character?
Oh yeah.
Or even just being like, what you had was a Rule 63, or even just a gender bend, right? Without necessarily changing what you assume physical characteristics, just being like it's a gender expression.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what does that actually look like? What does that mean? And also just kind of
would
being
it change this game at all if it were 3 dragon princesses that were essentially cis swaps of these characters, all romancing you?
Right.
And if their behavior doesn't work, then is it that kind of thing. Just looking at that. All right. So yeah, that's why I support all of them.
Yep.
That's pretty profound. Well, I've learned a lot ever since I met you.
I'm very open to learning.
In the
There's
last,
a point for me.
4 days, I have had to learn a lot. You don't blow things up, you don't burn things up, you don't tear things up, you don't incinerate things. Mostly just a lot of don't do things is what I've learned. But also that people are important and you shouldn't just murder them. That one, yeah, you taught me that. I did.
Yes.
Did I?
Oh God.
I do remember that lesson when I tried to get you not to incinerate that guy's head. That's what you learned. Got
That's
it.
what you picked up?
All right.
And that's
well,
what you needed to know.
And I've had a lot of time to think about the things I care about.
Like my harem. I miss
say,
them.
like my harem, like my position of privilege, like the endless riches my kingdom has, like the fact that we are powerhouses and are going to overthrow the other two kingdoms if you marry me. Like, I've thought about a lot.
There's a lot of things that can happen.
There are, and the fact that I can't put you in my harem because we'll be like equals, but you look so cute in the costumes they all wear together.
It'd be awesome.
And so we'll have to find something, figure something else out. But like,
Be good.
I'm excited to dress you up. I just am. Oh, hi. What?
What?
No, they do it all the time in the human movies. I've been watching them with your grandpa. Every time a guy meets a girl, and he's more privileged than she is, by the way, you are poor as shit. He always gives her a bunch of dresses and things, and she wears them and she loves them. I could do that.
That'd be totally a thing that just happens. I'll just magically transform you.
Well, like, just he dresses her up, so I'm gonna dress you up, and it will be super romantic, because that's how it works.
Because you totally know my fashion, and you know what I like. And
Well,
that...
actually, you're kind of right. In, like, the heteronormative fantasies, they just choose and she loves it.
No matter what.
Except for in Pretty Woman, she got to choose for herself. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Things I care about. Yawn. I just says yawn. Anime girl yawn. Oh.
Are you really shitting on him?
Sorry, Phoenix. I wasn't listening. No, I had a long day. I had a long day. Apparently our date's going to be talking for 10 minutes and then getting into the tent with you. Alone. In a field that's possibly actually a forest? I can't even... A clearing in a forest, maybe. I don't...
It's an experience.
Why don't you go to sleep, eh? We could have our date in the morning. That'd be fine.
That'd be cool.
I know. I'm fine. We are going to stay up late, make s'mores, toast marshmallows carefully, burn the hell out of them. Toast them slowly. Burn them! I'm gonna teach you about moderation. That will be a thing that we will learn together. What's moderation? Is that a flavor?
I love moderation. Sounds amazing.
Sounds like it would taste so
9 billion pounds of moderation.
We should eat moderation right now.
Phoenix.
My work is cut out for me. Make s'mores, tell ghost stories. Oh God, I'm emotionally overwhelmed and worn out. That's it. Now I'm going to choose for you and tell you have to go to bed to take care of yourself because I'm going to assume you're not an adult and you can't make good decisions. But I'm also going to get stressed out because I'm getting time with you. Yep, I just got to grab you. Right, it just zips forward. It just slides forward on his wheelies. Shoop.
I'm here for
Actually,
you.
what if every one of them uses their powers to replicate that experience where like just fire crackles under his feet and just burns him forward kind of thing?
Honestly, that would be so extra and
And you could do the same thing with like water. You just summon water out of the ground and just wave yourself like light little
What does
waves.
Rye do then?
It's loud. Let me tell you, it's just loud and crackly.
You're being like, it's not silent but deadly.
Yeah, it is just deadly but deadly. Your
Loud
eardrums,
and deadly.
your eardrums do not work afterwards, but he moves forward smoothly and crackly and beautifully.
And you're like, ah!
I died, but it looked cool as hell. All right, Phoenix comes over, picking me up off the ground.
I think honestly,
without asking at all.
They really do.
Even though I'm still an adult, and I've still told him to stop
Like
several
this trap.
times. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Why can't you learn that I don't like to be touched without people asking?
I'm also like, why did they really go for this in regards... Like I like that Small, again, as a character.
Yes.
But for me, it's uncomfortable to me of being like, your character clearly also doesn't like this amount of physical contact, and what they're writing is the whole no, but yes, no, but yes character kind of thing. That experience where the character's really heavily resistant, but on the inside they're like, I have the dope.
But it could be good, but it causes a response in me nonetheless, but
It's very frustrating.
What's best for you? Because you
Oh!
are not a functioning adult on your own, as I just said a moment ago.
I'm gonna smack
and
you.
I know more about this.
Rude.
I will kick you in the fucking face. Wait, I can't reach. I will knee you in the goddamn face. Wait, No, I think I can reach with my foot. You're goddamn tall. I got it.
Dead. You've picked me up. You're in trouble now.
Dead. My boot to the side of your head.
Boot to the head.
No. He carries me over to my sleeping bag.
On the outside.
Gently setting me down. Maybe there is no tent. Maybe it's just a nice summer night.
Oh, that would be nice.
All right.
I'm like, I don't like
Go to sleep, okay? I'm not selfish like those other guys. I don't care if you spend time with me on my dates at all, except for I assume that it'll continue in the morning.
But honestly, like,
you can just go to sleep and take care of yourself, and I will decide that this is how you're going to take care of yourself, and it's me being magnanimous and thoughtful and caring about you. It's not me telling you what to do. You just are being reckless, and I'm helping. Small. What? Really? Is that what you think? Okay, honestly, while that train of thought isn't as inconsiderate as your behavior was, sit down. Let's talk about this.
Like,
all right? Like my dude. All right.
Yeah, my man.
Get to sleep, okay? We can do all that other stuff tomorrow. It's not as fun roasting marshmallows in the heat of the day. Also, why did we do this date so late at night anyway? And didn't do any... What else was I doing all day? Did we do this after I got off of work? And you really did drive me like 14 hours away? And by that I mean like 3.
Right? I'm also like, why did we choose to do something like this anyway? And then be like...
Well, that's what he came up with. He wasn't thinking...
I know, but I'm just like, it annoys me because I'm like, again, like with the writing of the story being like, for sure, as far as I can tell... The one that you're supposed to choose less. So we've kind of decided on this, like, you're really mostly supposed to not go for Phoenix. Like, there is a bias in the writing, to me, of going, like, they don't like Phoenix as much. He's too raucous, he's too controlling, he's too whatever.
He's too direct.
He's too direct.
He's too sexual the way we write him. Oh.
Yeah, right? And kind of in some way there feels like there's some kind of shaming in regards to that, which bothers me.
Or just going, he's supposed to be the inappropriate one. If you do him, you're going for the bad boy.
Going for the bad boy. I'm like, I could come up with so much of a better bad boy than you
fine,
could,
right?
but it's
Anyway,
fine.
all right, all that other stuff tomorrow. All right. Are we getting a chance to invite him to our bed? Is that what this is going to be? Freaking hell.
Oh, no.
Crawl into my sleeping bag, but Phoenix lingers by my side, towering the hell over me.
I'm Slender Man. I've seen a creepypasta. I know what those are. I am Slender Man, but I'm a warm Slender Man. Would you like me to lay next to you? I've also seen Twilight. I can keep you warm.
I can keep you warm. I get the best of both worlds. All of it. Both of them are terrible. One cold and hard as stone, the other one soft and fluffy and warm. I'm amazing. I could burn them both to ashes and still lay by you. It'd be great.
I'm perfect.
I am amazing.
I'm a vampire, werewolf, dragon hybrid. Yep, I know exactly what I am.
I have everything. I'm one half vampire and one half werewolf and one half water pixie and one half fire dragon and one half heiress and one half... Mary Sue? What? Oh, what? Sorry, I was just writing my new novel.
I love it!
It's fine. But he lingers by my side. I stare up infinitely at him. I can just, like, my head is by his cuff.
Hello.
He brushes my hair back. He leans down really, really freaking far. Like, no. More than like I said, in half.
I know what Slender Man is. I could play Slender Man.
Could do it. My hair back, planting a kiss on my temple.
This is very personal.
Which
and
is
also,
weird.
This is my temple on this side. Mwah, and mwah.
He lays his head down next to mine, while he's still staying on his legs straight, and just kind of kisses the side of my head.
Yep.
Mwah.
And mwah.
That sounds amazing. I mean, you could do it obviously from the top and sort of the temple, but still that sounds much funnier. I like
I'm
it.
also like, again, for me, my biggest problem in regards to usually like forehead kisses or like temple kisses or whatever else, I personally cannot help but to read most of them as very juvenile. They feel very patronizing to me and very like infantilizing to me. Sometimes you'd be like, no, what am I doing? I'm just doing what? Because I also have no investment necessarily in their relationship, and especially after lines where they're like, go to sleep, sleepyhead. I'm gonna tell you what to do. I'm gonna control you. I'm like, it just sounds patronizing. It just sounds.
Now, in the case of a friend or someone who's close to you going, dude, you really seem tired, you really seem like you need to go to bed, or you have an arranged routine or anything where you both are in on the process and someone's like, hey, you need to go to bed, and you go, oh God, you're right, kind of thing. Or even if your language is different, but you already know what's going on, you have that level of established intimacy and awareness, that is very different. People can totally have this conversation, but in this context, it is a near stranger just deciding what's best for you and then making you do it. And that's weird. All right.
Yeah.
Good night, sleepyhead. He goes over to his own sleeping bag, curling up to sleep, him into a ball as if he's a dragon, head by tail, going, don't have my damn tail. These shoes, I don't get it. I like going, you sleep in all of that? Don't your belts dig into your hip or something?
Something? Or your
buttons into your, I don't know, something.
Everywhere?
I am pretty tired. I close my eyes, letting myself drift off.
I'm actually really surprised that they didn't push with Phoenix, because I didn't trust the writers, that, you know, he was going to end up being like, can I sleep with you?
Hold on, it's the dark of the night. My friend may have spoken too
Oh,
soon.
God,
Hold on.
I'm afraid.
Dot, 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 dot. So cold.
Aw.
Here it is. You know what he is?
Jacob.
He's warm.
This apparently is Team Jacob. Team Jacob run! Let's do it!
Here we go. Really cold because he got all the camping supplies and I didn't plan anything.
Okay.
And I didn't know what we were doing, so I couldn't plan anything.
So I want to establish something really, really quickly. I do not believe in the idea of basically shaming women or girls for basically their romantic/sexual fantasies. There's a lot of that, like in regards to where people got really aggressive about 50 Shades of Grey, or got really aggressive about Twilight.
And Twilight and girls who like Twilight.
As much as where I will say it's problematic, blah, 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 you know, kind of thing. Like, there are points to be made, but there is also a thing of going, like, there's a lot of people, particularly, like I said, women or even like queer people, really who've got a lot of problems of going, like, sometimes what you want is just that weird fantasy. Like, there's unusual people are like, am I okay? Like, I remember actually my friend has told a story before where there was literally a sex therapist who all the time kept getting these questions, and she's like, it constantly keeps boiling down to the same goddamn thing.
Am I normal?
Am I normal? And it's like, these are okay. I do not mean, and I don't think either of us mean in any way to be like, you're not allowed to enjoy these. If you want to enjoy your problematic fiction, the thing is that
big quote marks there. My friend's making the quote marks.
Huge quotey marks. Problematic. The thing is like, the only reason we're discussing this is because usually in a lot of ways, most people don't tag these. They don't talk about a lot of the content.
In the sense of, when you have content in fiction written for like other fiction writers, or written for like fan fiction or independent fiction kind of thing, but especially in fan fiction, people go off the rails with their content because they're looking for any possible way you could interpret things. They're trying to go farther and edgier, or God, I just thought of this thing, or whatever, or they're exploring the dark places and also the places that are missing from the story. Like the fact that nobody in a lot of your, like none of the adults in many of your teens media are ever sexual at all, period. Like, it's just not there.
Or if they are, it's really either like very performative for literally the audience,
or it's assumed inside of their like completely sanctioned marriage, and never shown but assumed. Okay, but the thing is people just taking and adding that, going, you know what, in Hogwarts people were boning each other constantly because people have sex and most people are sexual, you know, and so you get these people writing these fics. Now, it doesn't mean there's any problem with any of these fics, but to bring this around to connecting it, going, they all warn what kind of content there is. These games don't seem to warn what kind of content there is. Imagine a game where you have dating and you have basically a route structure. So you have, you know, a prologue, and then you have a lot of dating options to choose from, And each one of them comes with their own content warnings that are really simple, so you know what kind of essentially a fic you're getting into. And then you could go, God, this person looks hot as hell. Oh, that's soft and fluffy. They don't look soft and fluffy, but that's actually intriguing now that it is. And then look at someone else going, they look really safe, and they're going bondage and, you know, like hurt, comfort, and, you know, like a physical assault, and you're like, oh, that is not what I was expecting at all. And the thing is if you had those kind of content warnings on here, people could engage with what the media was going to present to them. And it wouldn't even necessarily require that you age strike your media kind of thing, like some of them say, you know, only 14 and up kind of thing, or things like that, even in the Play Store. But it would be really helpful, because if like mass media, for sale media, started using content tags as a standard, it would really help people understand that, one, those topics are important things to be aware of, and two, that the reason they're in fiction is because that's where some of these things belong. And it's just like that's kind of, I guess, what we're driving at a lot.
And that's, again, like the thing is, I would
hopefully
love for
that
people,
all made sense.
I hope so, because again, like a lot of the thing is that I love discussing this stuff, but I don't want to stop people from writing this. I am really, honestly, super not into censorship at all. Like, it bothers me so much, and we demonize each other badly for a ton of the stuff where it's like, it's in fiction. You're really fucking going to tell me that you're going to believe that these characters, you totally believe that they're absolutely real, when we discuss plenty of things like they don't talk about going to the bathroom, they don't talk about when they have, you know, basically they get sick or they do this thing or that thing. Now, one can
argue that the things in the fiction are poor examples for real life, but again, if you engage in a tagging system, it's basically just describing and labeling for what it is, what's going on. If someone goes through a novel and they go, God, that gave me such the feels and such catch the boner, as it were.
Right.
And then someone else reads it and go, this whole thing just made me really uncomfortable. But then you look on the back and the tags say, again, a bunch of these things that indicate abusive relationship, you know, that kind of thing.
Right.
Then you can go, oh, that is an example of an abusive relationship. That doesn't make it not hot and not fun in its right space.
Right.
But then younger readers or readers without context, regardless of their age, can go, oh, what they were showing in this case was an abusive relationship.
It actually allows for basically more engagement with what you're writing and going, oh, the things that I'm like reacting to or responding to could be that thing. And then being able to have a larger, more complex conversation about it, or being like, I know what I like then.
Or also going, I've had this happen to me a lot, and going, is that abusive? Which pieces of this are the abusive relationship? It can start a lot more conversations. And so, yeah, like if you had taken 50 Shades of Grey and tagged it with, you know, abuse and non-con and, you know, that kind of thing.
And manipulation.
And then again, like hurt, comfort, those kind of things. You'd have a lot of people going, oh, that's what it is. Now, if they still wanted to go home and have sexy hot times with their significant other staged around some of the ideas in the book, that's fine. But then they're communicating about it rather than going, maybe I'll just run into this.
So this is one thing that I feel like some people miss out with language, is going, language is actually there. Labels are meant there to basically help define / give you examples or things to work from.
Yes.
Not to define the entirety of all of your reality. They're to give you ideas. It's like where somebody will go, I might identify maybe as demisexual one week, and another week you go, yeah, no, I feel more like I'm ace. You're basically like, it's there to give you a language so you can have a conversation about it. Not to just be like, oh, you're trying to box me in. But it is also like one of those things to be aware of. Sometimes you can basically be insisting on those too, and going, it's important to have those conversations. Anyway,
a lot of times they can just give you platforms for relating to things and then knowing where you're starting, so you're as close as you can be to the same page.
Right? Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, guys, then, for joining us
For TM, the discourse.
The discourse. Again, like, we love hearing from you guys. What are your thoughts kind of about this thing? I know sometimes for some people it's a really sensitive topic, but it's one of those things that I feel like is really important to, like, for me, to not get into that sort of mentality of going, I need to stop people from basically like tagging their stuff, or going, they've tagged it and then you went looking for it, or you weren't able to click away from it, and going like, don't tag people, walk away from it. It's not your thing, you know?
See, I feel like that is a bigger conversation.
That might be
basically what that's wrapping into is going, when people write stuff, let them write what they want to, but try and encourage people to be aware about it.
Right.
And to know what they're engaging in.
Right? Yeah, that's fair. All right, it is a very long conversation to get into. Anyway, thank you for joining us, guys. We do appreciate it. Again, what are your thoughts kind of thing? We love having you around. And if you want to support us, please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. Share our videos with people that you think might like them. And also, like, if you want to support us more directly, please feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon. And sometimes definitely we will always say things that maybe not everybody agrees with, and that's okay. This is what this is about. We are also people and building off of our own experiences. But I have been Scandal.
Yeah, we're all here learning together and sharing ideas. And I have been Lies. And it was
great playing with you.
Bye!